Holla ballers, what's going on? It's Preach here. Now we're going to look at exactly how you submit a video to me for the workshop. Very easy stuff. Holla ballers and welcome back. If you've been watching the live show already, then you will know that this is happening on the same night as the workshop. The third workshop we've ever done, submitted from you guys to me. And all we do on the workshop is I ask you to send me a clip of you playing so that then I can go over it and maybe help you out and hopefully give you some tips on how to push your DPS to the very top. That's the aim of the game and that's what we're going to be doing today. What we're doing right now is showing you how you can do it. Very, very easy, right? Some people struggle with this stuff and some people are a little bit afraid of how difficult it might be to upload a video to me and how the process works and all that stuff. So I'm going to take you through it now. The quality should be more than fine. I'm going to open up my programs. Okay. So the programs I use for this are a combination of Fraps, obviously the game you want to play, and Sony Vegas. I use Sony Vegas Pro 11. But you can also use whatever comes on your PC, be it Windows Movie Maker or the Mac version. I forget what that's called. Somebody in the chat can tell me, please. Those are more than fine. What I do request with the videos you upload to me is that they're in at least 720p HD quality. Purely because when I play them back over the live stream, the guys on the other end need to be able to see what's going on. And anything less than 720 is just going to come across as a big blurry mess and nobody's going to see what the hell's going on. So what we're after today is just showing you how we do that, okay? So I'm going to jump you to my desktop and I'm going to show you my process of how I record it. As you can see, I have all sorts of crap on here. So the Ret videos, yeah, I see you guys are waiting for those. There's the Ret stuff. Oh, so I have this. This is my copy of Fraps, and remember at the 10k anniversary show, I'm actually going to be giving away Fraps. Now, Fraps is going to cost you a couple of dollars, unfortunately, unless you win one from me. Haha, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's see how much Fraps is going to set us back. Okay, so there's Fraps. Bye. Where's the price? £24. So it's not cheap by any means. I'm fully aware that it's not cheap. And unfortunately, realistically, it's the best program. There are some other programs out there, but I haven't used them, so I daren't comment on them. And as Fraps are providing us with some free licenses for you guys, and they've been very good to me in the past, I'm endorsing them all the way. They've been very good to us. Go and get it. And it's worth it because you last forever. Don't think that it's on like a yearly subscription or anything like that. It's completely paid for once you've bought it, and every time they update it, you get that for free. It's all done and dusted, nice and easy, and I'm not going to endorse anybody torrenting this stuff. So once you've bought Fraps and you've got a copy of Windows or you've got an iOS, is you will have the resources available to you to record something. So when you go to Fraps, Fraps will open up in this little window. This is Fraps. This is what it looks like. You've never seen it before. And it's not very daunting. It's actually less daunting than some of the bloody mods that we get in World of Warcraft. You know, it's as easy as that. So you can start Fraps minimized, Fraps window always on top. I recommend you turn this on because the Fraps logo when you're in game is this yellow thing. And when you turn Fraps on, it turns red. I can't tell you how many times I've recorded a video and not had Fraps running. This thing keeps you aware of it. Run Fraps when Windows starts? I don't think so. Minimize to window tray. I prefer just to see if I've got it open. Your next window is the FPS window. Now you've got a couple of things to do here, guys. It makes it easy. Fraps runs a hell of a lot better. I can't explain this enough. You will get so much better quality from Fraps if you can record to a second hard drive. That doesn't mean that if you record to the same hard drive it's going to be garbage. That's not the case. Fraps just generally works so much better and clearer if you can actually record to a second drive. So getting back to here, this is my system. I have 3 hard drives, and as you can see, one of them, which is a full terabyte hard drive, is just Fraps. It's actually just called the Fraps drive. And on here, I fill this thing pretty regular. We're probably running on empty. I've just deleted all the stuff from last week. But yeah, so I'm running on empty. I've got a nice 780 gigs free. Now, Fraps files are huge. Fraps files are enormous. Don't get panicked by this. It's fully uncompressed video, okay? It's enormous. 1 minute is going to run you about 4 gigs. I mean, masses of room. But you can get a nice boss fight, which is only a few minutes out, in about 20 gig. And these days, most of us have about 20 gig free. We do. We generally do. And Fraps is just going to record it uncompressed. Now, When you turn Fraps on, you might notice a drop in FPS performance and stuff like that. That's okay, because Fraps is going to pick it up nice and clear, unless you have mega FPS issues. If you have FPS issues before you start Fraps, then maybe it's going to be a little bit clunky and laggy. Not much you can do about that. That's down to your PC at the end of the day. But you will notice some frame rate drop when you turn Fraps on. Don't worry about it. That just means that your footage, Fraps actually tries to get the better footage than what you see in the game. It will actually take it frame by frame and make it as good as possible, okay? So don't worry about it whatsoever. Absolutely normal. So in here, you set where you want it to go. So let's say I'm doing a... I do this as professionally, as you guys know. So I have different things, like if I'm doing a mod spotlight or I'm doing the rep video, things like that. I'll just set Fraps to record to that folder, so when I go and find the footage later, it's much easier for me. You can benchmark if you want to. I don't prefer that. Turn the overlay on and off. Where do you want your overlay to be? Boring, boring, boring. Benchmark settings. Ugh, game. All we want out of this one is literally where it's going to store the footage. So we can choose another drive. If you have access to another drive, go ahead and choose another drive. It's going to be so much easier. Then you go into your movies. Again, you can set here where it's going to store this stuff. And then you choose your FPS. Now you can see I actually record at 50 FPS. Now you don't need to do that. I recorded that for a whole bunch of editorial reasons at the end. But for what you guys are trying to achieve, you don't need to do that. What you need to be picking is 29.97. And full size. This is very important. If you do it in half size, you will literally get this tiny ass screen, and then you have to stretch it and all sorts of stuff, and it gets pretty garbage. You don't want to do that at all. So you guys should be picking this one down here, 29.97 FPS, and make sure it's full time. Really, really easy. If you want to record some vocals, I recommend you don't for workshop stuff. Please just leave it as the in-game sound. It gets all kinds of messy on this end when I'm talking, and this voiceover is you guys as well. That doesn't really work. So make sure you're not recording outside audio. If you're talking to someone on Skype or something like that, it records it because it's part of your computer sounds. Okay, so be aware not having Skype open. We had a video submitted to me last night where the guy was actually watching one of my videos in the background, and the full sound effects of what he was doing was me talking, which makes it incredibly difficult for a workshop. As you can imagine, a workshop of me talking and a video of me talking as well at the same time, I have to mute it essentially, and it's just you just have to listen to my voice. The new version of Fraps, if you don't own it already, you can split the movie into different clips. I'll see if I can give you an example of this. If I go into the rep video, you see this is how Fraps usually records. When you open the rep video, you can see it splits it all up into various little clips, usually 4 gig clips. The new version of Fraps, which is Fraps 3, actually just records into 1 clip. Personally, down to your choice. Sometimes it's much easier to split the clip so you can cut out various bits of trash and stuff like that. It makes it a little bit easier. Other than that, it's no big deal. So the big important stuff is what button you press to start Fraps, which is this one here. You can change it to whatever you want. Change it to 29.97 FPS and do it at full size, okay? Just make sure you click those and turn off your external mic, and just be aware when you're recording not to have things like Ventrilo, Skype going. It will record them. There's a button here that I want to talk about called lock frame rate while recording. This is a little bit tricky because it can cause you more FPS lag than is absolutely necessary, but you will get a better quality video out of it sometimes. It's a bit like that. Just be aware of that stuff. So once you've recorded, that's Fraps. So you just turn it on in game with this F9 key. So I would just press F9 in game. The yellow buttons in the top left will turn red. That means you've recorded. And when you're finished, make sure you press F9. Otherwise, you're just taking up wasted disk space. You don't want to do that stuff, okay? Very, very easy. That's all Fraps is. Very simple. So now you've got all these clips. This is all like a Rep Paladin video that I'm releasing in the next day or so. On beta. So you'll have all these clips. What the hell do you do with them? Because they're huge. Look, these are like 4 gigabytes each. 3.95 gigabytes each, okay? Absolutely enormous files. And now you need to compress them in a way that you can upload them to YouTube. So we use a program then. You need a different program like Windows Movie Maker or Sony Vegas. So I would go into Sony Vegas, import media, find the file, ret, and just highlight some clips, open them. And then it will just bring them into the computer like this. So what I want to talk to you about now is actually just my settings before we get to this. Because some of you guys have been asking about my settings, I'll let you know. These are provided by Stefan Untrio Philemon, total gangster. So we'll say new. If we go to File, New on my project, I record at Blu-ray quality. The stuff that I put out on the website, on the YouTube, is Blu-ray quality videos. Some of the highest quality stuff you'll find on YouTube. Yeah, +1 for me. But essentially, you guys want to send me stuff that is like 1280 by 720. Now, 720 HD is more than enough for a workshop. It's more than enough. It'll render faster. If you don't know what render is, we'll get there soon. But it will produce faster, and it will be as good enough quality for what I want to use for you guys, okay? So, when you get to this sort of window, if you're using Sony Vegas and you have access to this program, there are presets that come loads and loads of presets. All you guys need to pick is one of these HD 720 presets. That's all you need to pick. Something like that will be fine. Preferably this one here. You should have this by default. If you don't, I recommend you download the DivX codec pack. Okay, you can just type DivX into Google and it will download a load of codecs. If you don't know what a codec is, it's something that tells your computer how to read a movie file. That's or audio. It just tells your computer. It's like a driver. So you download a driver for your mouse. It tells the computer how to use your mouse. A codec is the same thing for media files. When companies produce new types of ways of compressing video into different sorts of ways, that's just because they've developed a new codec and that you need to tell the computer how to do it. When you install something like DivX or FFXD Show is another good pack, you will get loads and loads of codecs, so you should be able to open and do anything you want. And Sony Vegas or whatever your program is will also read how to do that very, very easily. So you come into something like Sony Vegas, all you need to do is pick HDV 720, 30p or 25p. And just check the FPSs on the side. Because you recorded your Fraps footage at 29.97, we chose that in Fraps, I recommend you pick this one. And you should have that in your presets. Now once that's done, you're essentially good to go. You'll get a window like this and it will be done like this. Now, one of the big important things that most people fail on is not using an appropriate resolution in-game. Fraps just takes what you're watching. Now, YouTube works by something called a 16:9 ratio. 16:9 ratios mean either 720p and then it immediately changes to 1080p. There's nothing in between. The problem in games like World of Warcraft, in fact most games out there, is there is a ton of different resolutions in between. Now, only if you have a reasonably decent monitor will you be able to actually get 1080p quality. If you don't and you're using something above 720p, remember this in your resolution choices will be 1280 by 720. Very easy stuff to remember. This is what you want to set it to. If you can't get to 1080p for your Fraps recording, drop your resolution down to 1280 by 720. If you don't do that, when you drag your clips into your Movie Maker, you'll get these weird black bars at the side, okay? And it just means I'm actually trying to save myself some work here because what I have to do is download the video off YouTube and then I have to remake it in Vegas because I have to stretch the video out so there's none of these black borders. So if you just make sure that when you Fraps it, you do it in a 1280 by 720p resolution, or you do it in 1080p, then it'll be fine. As soon as you drag the video into your Movie Maker, it will be automatically adjusted to the right size because we want 16:9 resolution because that's what YouTube uses. It's not our choice. YouTube decided 16:9, that's what our video is going to be, 720 or 1080. Record in that original resolution and you'll be fine. Okay, so getting back to the desktop. So we've got these clips and we want to put our video together. So I'm going to drag these just down to here. Very easy. We've done our new template, which we've chose the 720p. Don't change anything else. There's no need to whatsoever. If you do have these black bars, and you'll notice them here in the preview, as there'll be black bars here and here. There's a very easy way of fixing this, and any program will do this. Windows Movie Maker will do this, or the iMac version will do this as well. You want to look for something called the aspect ratio. So let me show you. Right click. If you're in Vegas, this is how you do it. You right click on the clip. You select the clips to the end, so you've got all the clips, then you right click it again, and there's a little tab here called switches. And here it is, maintain aspect ratio, and it's clicked. Now I have it selected because I record in 1080, therefore it automatically fills my preview. If you turn that off and you have these black bars here, as soon as you turn it off, it will immediately just fill the screen. It will stretch it out as it should be, and it will look absolutely fine and gangster. All good. I see a lot of people who upload to YouTube who have these black bars on the sides of the windows. That's all you need to do to get rid of it, is find where your program locks the aspect ratio. Google it if you're not sure, and just turn it off. And it will just, if you've told the program to do a video in 720p, and the video isn't, and you turn off the aspect ratio, it will stretch the video so it fits. Very, very easy. Nice, easy stuff. Nothing to worry about at all. So once you've got this done, you've got your video. This is your boss kill video. You then want to do what's called render it. So you go File, Render As. Now, I have a particular setting here. You can see I've made a custom template. It's called equals YouTube. It has all sorts of like minor, weird little settings changes and all that kind of stuff, just to get it really top quality Blu-ray stuff. My videos take a lot longer to produce at our end than most people generate. And we do that to make sure our quality is second to none. Because if we can't invest in anything, we'll invest in the quality of the product. So we like our stuff in Blu-ray quality. That's what we aim for. And it comes across. A lot of you guys have pointed out your videos are some of the best quality on YouTube. That's because we do the extra work at our end to make sure it comes across that way. For a workshop, you don't need to do that. So you'll get this really weird, unusual window that looks sort of like a file save program. But essentially all you need to do is save as type. This folder here. So you can call it whatever you want, like workshop video. Then you want to choose the file type. Now I use this Sony AVC one. Don't you use that. Okay, we use that to get this particular type of quality, and it's a lot more complex than what you guys need to do. Don't do that. Watch what I do. Come down to Windows Media Video, WMV, okay, and just select Windows Media Video. Very easy. Now you'll get this other one, which are templates, just below. Everybody should have access to Windows Media Video, especially if you're using Windows. It all comes free with it. It's what a Windows Media Player likes to read, so it should have the codec built in. And remember, we're not after 1080p video, so we drop down and we just look for the 720 one. So there's a 720 30p video which matches up really nicely with our template we did at the beginning. Click that. That's it. Done. Dead easy. All you do is use the templates, guys. That's why they're there. Okay, use the templates. Don't worry about slight audio adjustments and all that kind of stuff. Really unnecessary. Use the templates. Use a Windows Media Video file. Choose the 720p template. And then you go ahead and save, and it will go ahead and start rendering. Now, rendering takes a little while, as you can see. This is actually just a 720p video of a video that is only 7 minutes long. And you can see it's not even at 1% yet. So you can imagine how long it takes us to do stuff in 1080p Blu-ray quality. It takes a little while, and Mrs. Preach will attest to the amount of times I've laid in bed waiting for a video to finish. This is why. When your video is finished, it will appear in your folders like this. Okay, wherever you've chosen to save it, it will appear like this, like that's yesterday's mailbox. And you see, my videos come out about 2 gig. A 720 WMV video will be considerably smaller. Considerably smaller. So all you do then is you should make yourself a YouTube account. Go to youtube.com. Go to youtube.com and go to upload. Upload video. Select a file from my computer. Those are our icons, we don't want those. And just choose the video. And it will upload. Very easy. So I can upload the intro. And there you go, it uploads that. You won't see these options, by the way. I get these because I'm partnered, so I have like claiming options and stuff to earn money, etc, etc. And when that's finished, you will just get a link to the video. There it is. Your video will be live at that address. And then just email me that clip. That's all you need to do. It takes a few minutes, but it's worth doing. Email me this clip to preachgaming@gmail.com, and that is it, guys. That is exactly how you do it. Very, very easy. Nothing complicated in it whatsoever. And that's what I hope you guys can do. I mean, it's really, really easy. Okay, so any questions on that, or was that pretty simple? Yeah. Wow Jason uses, has submitted a clip. We've done a workshop on Wow Jason. He uses Windows Movie Maker. It's really, really fine. So I just want to check if you guys are okay with that. I'm going to upload this to YouTube so you can see it. 720p is more than enough. Really, don't try and... It's not going to help anybody because the stream, my streaming program, lowers the quality naturally, okay? It lowers it way, way down. So there's no need to send me a 1080p clip. You won't really see the difference in game. The main things I want from you when you submit something to me to the workshop are very, very basic and easy. All I want is 720p quality, and can you please get rid of the black borders, which is just turning off your aspect ratio. The reason for that is simple. If you don't get rid of the black borders, it means I have to download your video, then I have to put it into Sony Vegas, and I have to select turn off the aspect ratio, and I have to re-render your video. and it just adds a lot of time to my day that I could do without doing, okay? Yeah, the trial version of work, if you're only submitting to me 1 video or 2 videos, Trial Vegas will work just as fine. It lasts a week, no problem, go ahead and do it. So are you okay with that? Does that make sense to you guys? Wow, look at all these questions. I'm a slacker. Child support. What have you guys been talking about while I've been doing this video? Child support? What the hell? You guys are crazy. Yeah, if you've got any questions more specific that you think of later, go to preachgaming.com. And also, we will be enabling the uploading of your videos to preachgaming.com. That would actually be much easier for us because they will go into a workshop area. Makes it far easier for me to get hold of. Very, very easy. Your fraps doesn't turn red only when your FPS gets low. My fraps, I can only say for my fraps is it turns red as soon as I turn it on. Yeah, sorry Tom, you missed it. We started an hour and a half ago, unfortunately. Yeah, Unreal, Windows Movie Maker, pre-rendered settings. There's pre-templates for 720p on every single one of these programs. Really easy. Okay, ballers, that's me done for tonight. I hope you had enjoyed yourselves and learned a little something about Moonkins and uploading videos. Everything will be on YouTube. And remember, it's the 10K anniversary show in 7 days. So send your brofist to preachgame@gmail.com if you want to have your brofist on there. And also send me your WoW memorable moments. We've had some spectacular memorable moments sent in. It's all going to be based around this idea of a momentous occasion. Stuff that in WoW, and it doesn't have to be a raid boss kill, just something that stuck out in your mind as a really memorable World of Warcraft moment. Send them in to us. No big deal at all. There'll be tournaments and stuff. We're going to do the full-on breakdown of the show tomorrow on the website. If you go to preachgaming.com on the forum, tomorrow after we've had our team meeting, there'll be a full breakdown of what's going to be happening on the show in terms of you guys getting involved, what games we're going to be playing and all that kind of stuff. Yes, Avengers was awesome. Alright guys, that was the workshop. You take it easy. I will see you in 7 days at the 10K anniversary show. I had a great time and I will be chatting to you all in the live chat on preachgaming.com over the course of the week as well as releasing the new mock beta videos. See you later, ballers. Thank you very much for tuning in.